If you get on the internet, it is hard not to hear, especially in these spaces, a black woman not touting her education and how it almost seems like it makes them better than black men, like this.
Never forget, black women are the highest educated demographic, pure point blank. Those are the facts.
But that's a lie.
Now, I'm not here to argue who's more enrolled in college or black women more educated. That's not what my argument is today. Today, my argument is that these modern women just need to shut the hell up.
He ain't lying.
What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. In this argument that this young lady made, she talks about they are so educated that they can't find enough black men in those boardrooms to be able to find, which that's a valid point.
So we're in certain rooms where there's not even a lot of us, or definitely not a lot of you in it. So we gotta go where we can go, but because there's less of you in those rooms, a lot of black men, successful, wealthy black men, they use their money and their power to control black women to like shut us up.
How is that possible?
Take your pandering and your cheating and your mistreatment.
I'm hungry, baby. I'm starving. You think I care about you being hungry or that you working 12 hours? Anytime that you are hungry, you ask me, can you fix you a plate? You ask for permission.
But the same thing happens to black men. As much as black women are educated, black men still struggle to find black women in those boardrooms who would be compatible with him for him to get with being a high earning man. But what women misunderstand is that high earning men, high value men aren't looking for the type of women who are in those spaces because they themselves are masculine. They themselves have no femininity, and no man in a power position wants to deal with another woman who only wants the willpower. You all may have recently heard Joy Taylor get on, and pretty much in that interview, she blamed toxic masculinity is basically attacking femininity. It is attacking femininity. I could not believe I heard that shit come out of her mouth. But before we go over that interview, there's a few clips that I want to go over because my point today is there are a lot of women out here talking on the internet about this is the reason that dating isn't good and this is the reason why relationships are messed up. But all they're doing is giving terrible advice to other women and people who listen to them. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And with that being said, let's get started.
Get you a simp, lady. Get you a simp.
Stop the cap.
Because they actually value women and they actually respect women and they actually honor women. That's why they get so attacked by the average man out there. That's why being a simp is the word. That's why anytime you see a man out there treating a woman right, here's all the other men coming out. Oh, what a simp. He is simp. That's a simp. They're telling you exactly. They're telling you everything you need to hear, ladies. You just need to listen.
You know what's crazy to me about a woman giving another woman advice, talking about be with a simp, is that women wouldn't even want to be with a simp anyway. The reason, like, women want to take advantage of simps, but women don't want to be with simps. The advice that she's giving, acting like she's talking on behalf of men in some portions of it, is beneficial to women who want to use men, but it's not beneficial to dudes. It does not benefit you as a man to be a simp. This is probably one of the most talked about topics that I have broached on this channel because at the end of the day, women do not respect simps. Women do not respect men that they can mess over or use. You taking care of your woman does not make you a simp. You making sure that you are doing your due diligence as a man in that relationship, that does not make you a simp. They're lying to you. They're wrong. They're wrong too. What makes you a simp for a woman is when your actions are in service of that woman and you're not looking out for you and your purpose.
If I was a man, every woman would want me because I would just love and cherish them and tell them how beautiful and precious they were and kiss them on their foreheads, play with their hair, buy them gifts, take them to nice dinners, spoil them, worship them, and make sure that every day that they knew that they were the most magical and beautiful creature in the world. Yeah, if I was a man, I would do that.
I don't think it's that simple.
It's weird that you men can't keep these women around.
Now you see how ridiculous that shit sounds? The woman in the last clip said women should go for SIMPS. And this woman here says that you should take her out on dates and trips and play with her hair and tell her how beautiful she is. Men do this shit. Men have done this shit and they are getting played. If you are a man and you're listening to this type of bullshit, I'm telling you right now,
You are so dumb.
you are setting yourself up for failure. Ladies, men are doing this and y'all don't want to be with the men who would do all this stuff. These are not the men that you're looking for. The men that you all wind up going for, having these babies for, being baby mamas for, are the dudes who don't do none of this shit. I have multiple clips in my library showing that women do not appreciate men like that.
If a man files for divorce, if a man initiates divorce, he already got somebody else. A woman will leave a marriage for her happiness, to save her children, for her sanity, whereas a man will suffer forever and ever in that marriage unless he feels like he has found somebody else.
Shut your mouth and your fat ass.
Sometimes you decide that you end something not because you have someone else. You end it because of your peace. But wasn't it there was a statistic that I showed on this channel a while back that over half of women who are in relationships and marriage have a backup dude on the side. Now women are leaving at a 70 to 80% clip, 90% divorce rate if they are college educated, and half of them have a backup dude. When they tell you listen close, listen, a lot of this shit is projection. Women are doing the same things that they are talking about here on the internet. It's funny how they act the exact same way that they used to complain about.
I think there's a massive attack on femininity.
Stop the cap.
Like the idea is that the masculinity is actually what's being attacked, right? Like not everything is watered down, everything is softened now. It's, everything is feminine. I actually think femininity is under control. I think that a big part of the reason why this is happening is because women got too close to power.
Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Joy Taylors of the world making comments like this is problematic because black women feel and think like they are better than black men. I'm gonna say that again. Black women think and feel like they are better than black men.
You damn right.
How is that masculinity's fault?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Women have somehow created this world where there's too much equality and we can make choices about when we have children. And that marriage rates are dropping because nobody wants to fucking deal with a cheating alcoholic man.
I beg your pardon?
Men in these fucking caves that would never touch a woman in their life anyway have convinced themselves that OnlyFans models are curving them because they sent them $5.
Yeah.
It is this attack on femininity. It's not about masculinity.
Right.
You're gonna have to prove all that shit you said.
Do you care about the loneliness of the incel?
I think that male loneliness is a massive fucking problem.
Okay.
But wait, there's more.
I think non-pussy getting male lonelies are deteriorating society. Yeah.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
She took this huge problem and all she could do was simplify it. And in the process, she did exactly what Kevin Samuels said that these modern women do. And the first thing that she thought of doing was shaming men. Shaming men for them having a lack of intimacy. Shaming men for the dynamics that women change. And listen, most guys are like, you know what? That's fine. Do your thing, girl. Have your own apartment, have your own job, get your own education. You all have these things, but you will not take accountability. One thing I learned about being a leader in the military and just being a leader most of my life, you cannot gain that type of power and responsibility without accountability. And right now we have a bunch of people attaining things, having things in this capitalistic society without accountability. Nobody's checking people. Nobody can check, especially when it comes to the black community. Nobody is allowed to check black women. Tell me who's supposed to check a black woman.